Hello everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Daily Crypto News. And now my big question of today is, would you like to live forever? I mean, everybody wants to get rich with crypto, right? But would you want to enjoy those riches forever and ever? Or do you think it should end somewhere? And again, you can assume you stay young or whatever you want, but would you want it? Let me know in the comment section down below. I think most will say no though. Twitter says 45 accounts hacked during Bitcoin scam, user data stolen from some. Now, actually, I just wanted to briefly get back to this subject, of course, the big Bitcoin Twitter hack, to briefly say that some of the guys are saying that this whole hack was done just to promote Bitcoin. You know, in hindsight, I'm looking at it like these guys only got away with $100,000 for hacking one of the biggest websites ever. I mean, Twitter is a very big ass internet website. For only $100,000, they could have gotten a lot more if they really wanted to, at least I think. And so, knowing that, right? Knowing all of that, it could really be that they just wanted to shout out Bitcoin and see the possibilities of it, or how big it could get. It's just something I wanted to quickly pick up and tell you guys to, I guess get your own opinion off of all of that. And about who was doing it, well, I personally don't really care who exactly is up to all of this, and really if they'll find them or if they won't find them. I don't think it's really important for that matter, because you really will never find the exact truth, right? It could also be that they are trying to make a cover-up story or something else. I really don't know, all right? So I'm just going to stay away from all of those things that have to do with who did it, because, again, that's just too much insecurity there. We don't know. Elon Musk is unwittingly pumping his favorite cryptocurrency again. Elon Musk sees Dogecoin engulfing the global financial system like a sandstorm. Yet, Elon Musk only sells Dogecoin because, of course, a little bit of a bigger, I guess, talk came around because Elon Musk talks about crypto himself, right? He talked about it a couple of times. And then his big crypto scam came over on Twitter, and Elon Musk was also affected. And I think because of that, he also now replied and said that he really doesn't give away, he only sells Dogecoin. Of course, getting back to his fun coin, really not saying he's buying anything or anything like that. However, this would again state that he is holding it. But for the rest, it's just all fun and games. I don't really see anything heavy off of it. I also don't think Doge will really react to this, but let's see. Maybe Doge did. 17% on the day. Well, maybe it's Elon Musk. Maybe it's just the market conditions. I don't really know about that. Didn't expect it because he's just making a joke. But I guess everybody who's supporting Dogecoin is going along with the joke. So maybe that's it. Maybe there's something else. Maybe it's blooming up on TikTok again. Who knows? I'm staying away from this coin with a 50-foot pole just because it's too scary to go for. And now we can actually, I believe, check out the exact tweet and date to see if it pumped because of it. So, 18 hours ago, so that was about 3 a.m. my time. Yeah, 3 a.m. So really just after he tweeted, the price went up like crazy. So yeah, it really is just his tweet. It really is. Let's see here exactly. 2:53 a.m. This is insane, guys. 2:55, it just started to pump like crazy. That is actually really fun, I find. But yeah, now we know. If Elon Musk ever says something about Doge, make sure you buy ASAP because, well, you can get yourself a quick 20%. Yeah, damn, guys. That's really crazy to see. XRP likely to surge high due to bearish attitude of XRP skeptics. Top analyst. Analyst Crypto Michael has tweeted that he expects the bearish take of XRP skeptics to make the potential growth of XRP bigger than the potential further downside. Top-level analyst Michael van der Poppe has tweeted that right now it is one of the rare occasions when he enjoys holding his XRP bag. I mean, a lot of us are holding XRP bags right now. I think maybe half of us are in profit as well. Because me, of course, as an example, I've been in profit for a very long time in XRP, so I really don't worry. And a lot of the guys I speak to, they've also gotten in pretty early, so it doesn't really matter. So if I wanted to sell, I could. But really, I'm holding at a pretty steady rate right now, and I'm always happy holding it, so that's really not the case or problem. However, he says right now that he's happy, which I think a lot of people have not felt in years holding XRP, right? Since 2018, the start. Today, the fourth most popular crypto has been trading at 19.5 cents, showing a tiny rise under 1%. And however, the XRP price seems to be pursuing away from a major resistance line and is showing small green candles, which may signify the coin's targeting a further growth. While responding to a bearish comment to his tweet, Crypto Michael said the bearish expectations on the prospects of the XRP price make him believe that the rise of the coin is going to be much higher than the potential decline. To quote, "It's one of those rare occasions that I enjoy having an XRP bag." Somebody said, "You will get burned, XRP always disappoints." And he replied to say, "Because of this way of thinking, I think the upside is getting significantly larger than the downside, or actually potential further downside." And he has a point. All right, he has a point. If everybody's being so skeptic about it, saying you're going to get burned, well, the profit that you could get from it might be a lot higher and turn out to be really, really good. That's because of people hating it. Sometimes it turning out, a lot better. Binance records largest BNB burn. CZ says more certain about the future of crypto than ever. Today, Binance announced the 12th quarterly burn of its native BNB token, which was the largest ever, reducing about 3.4 billion BNB from the circulation. Let's actually have a little bit of a look at what happened to BNB just now. Only plus 0.65%. That's interesting. But not only was this the largest burn ever in terms of BNB, but also USD value at $60.5 million. The leading spot crypto exchange has stated or started burning tokens in Q3 of 2017, and at the time the company was using 20% of Binance's profits to buy those tokens and burn them. But last year in April, the company quietly removed the clause from the white paper. This was to clarify that the exchange doesn't actually repurchase BNB, but just burns it. Reportedly, because profits tend to be associated with securities, the changes were made. Now, the company burns the tokens based on trading volumes, and the amount of BNB coins to be burned is based on the number of trades performed on the exchange within a 3-month period. So after each quarter, BNB burns BNB, or Binance burns BNB, according to the overall trading volume. Given its record coin burn, the exchange saw a spike in volume, but while futures volumes reportedly grew 68% compared to last quarter, spot trading volume saw a small decline of 4%. So basically, I think a lot of people trading BNB don't really care about this burn. That's kind of what is said. However, the future outlook, and that's basically why most likely this future volume also increased that much, is looking pretty damn juicy. Because the burn on the spot itself, it increases scarcity, but really scarcity works better on a longer term scale. And I think that's why this is also going on here. Spot trading volume didn't really see declines, just like a regular thing. This minus 4% you shouldn't really have to think about. But the plus 70 is definitely a special thing. And I think that's why it's all going on. But some argue because they're just burning the pre-mined tokens, it is basically useless. To a certain degree, BNB is useless. It's basically just used to enrich Binance. It really is. It's really that simple, that solid. However, there's still money to be made. But yes, it is really, really useless to a very far degree. However, you can say that about a lot of crypto, right? You can transact with it, you can use it, which is really the purpose of crypto for a majority of it. However, since it's an exchange token, it all becomes a little bit more difficult, as really the sole purpose is to make transactions cheaper for you a little bit and to enrich them. That's how I see it, but yeah. The BNB burning events are scheduled to take place every quarter until 100 million BNB are finally destroyed, which represents 50% of the total BNB ever issued, 200 million BNB, states Binance. Is that true? Yep. All right, that's pretty damn interesting, guys. That's pretty damn interesting that they're going to that extent. Pretty heavy, but all right. Pretty cool announcement, all good stuff. He says, "I see the short-term future to be highly volatile. Massive amounts of wealth are taken away from people and redistributed to a few selected groups of quantitative or by quantitative easing. Given the amount of printing for fiat currencies around the world will devalue against most hard assets. And for cryptocurrencies with limited supply, your guess is as good as mine to what will happen to their adoption and price." Of course, he's thinking some bullish thoughts. And then 19-year-old Australian breakfast show credits VeChain in fight against food fraud. Now, I didn't really know food fraud was that much of a thing. I never really thought about it or got to think about it too much. However, these guys mentioned it and it made me think about it a little bit more. As the need for food grows endlessly, the fight against counterfeiting in the food industry keeps on getting support from various people and institutions across the globe, making some rely on blockchain immutable technology as a major and reliable source in ensuring data transparency. Because basically what VeChain does is making sure that this all can be done well, right? They make sure that it's secure, fast, transparent, all of that. And in a recent TV program by popular Australian breakfast show, which was founded in 1991, the effort of VeChain Tech in fighting against food fraud was credited mentioning its ally Fresh Supply Co., which uses blockchain tech to enhance its supply chain. Referencing VeChain as Fresh Supply Co.'s source of supply chain innovation, the TV program said the global food and agriculture industry is worth over $2 trillion. A report of the TV program, David Woiwod, mentioned that the primary producers of food in Australia seem to have had enough, and they are fighting back against food fraud as the obnoxious act continues to find its way into seafoods, wines, among other areas. Maybe C with an A? I think so. Fresh Supply Co. is a member of the Asia Pacific Provenance Council, APAC, and VeChain Tech is the primary blockchain protocol for APAC food supply chain finance in Australia-China trades. The CEO of Fresh Supply, David Inderias, who also featured in the show, said there are rules that determine what can be done or not when producing growing food, and all of this is just positive stuff for VeChain. Some acknowledgement. And we all know they're growing like crazy, like wildfire with the partnerships they've been getting. And here, VeChain blockchain in the food industry, we've been hearing about it more and more and more nowadays as well. Earlier, an aggregator and supplier of Norwegian's superior product, Norway in a Box, partnered with VeChain and DNVGL to use blockchain tech to ensure the quality of seafood, food supplements, and water while moving them into the Chinese market. And also, the Chinese food company Yu Hong Tai Foods Co. Limited adopted VeChain technology to enhance transparency in its products while offering its food for the over 12 million people in Shenzhen, city of China. In May 2019, the largest, or actually second largest food producer in China, Bright Foods, with the involvement of Shanghai Xiando Dao Food, partnered VeChain Foundation to enhance its supply chain management and data management systems with VeChain Thor blockchain. And also, 70-year-old Italian food brand ICAB, or ICAB La Fiammante, also deployed VeChains as My Story, and the three largest producers of wine in Italy are also using My Story to battle counterfeiting. So again, this is a multi-trillion-dollar industry that they're going for here, and it's facts. You know, there is really nothing to dispute, nothing to question, nothing to wonder or worry about. It's just steady progress, and really, the way is just paved out for them, and it's going to be huge. But guys, hopefully you all enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you press the like button and subscribe, and I will definitely see you guys again in another crypto video. Take care, everybody.